Stormbringer issue number 3. Let's get right into it. So I'm loving this collection already. And this is the first kind of group of models that pack a different punch, let's say. Maybe a bit of a step up from your gut rippers. But yeah, so we get our 5 bases. We get our 2 sprues. We'll have a closer look at those in a minute. And we have our magazine. So no inserts or anything like that for this week, just a straight mag. Shields up. Your journey through the world of Warhammer continues this week with the units of Vindicators. Build them, paint them, and play a game with them in the latest tutorials. You'll also learn all about the monstrous realm of beasts. Happy hobbying. The realm of beasts, look at that. A massive giant right in front of us. The realm of beasts. The ground quakes, the skies are filled with animal shrieks, and the smell of blood is on the wind. This is Gur, the realm of beasts. In this mortal realm, all creatures and plants, even the land masses themselves, are deadly predators. Only the very strongest survive the eternal hunt of Gur. The rest are devoured. Okay, a little bit more information. So we've got the land of monsters. The biggest monsters in the mortal realm can be found in Gur. These creatures grow more dangerous all the time as they feed on a rich diet of magic and the flesh of lesser beasts. I don't actually recognise that particular beast, to be honest with you. If you know what it is, let me know. But that looks pretty cool. War in the realm of beasts. Warriors battle constantly in Gur, either to tame the land or to claim rich territory from their enemies. Fighters in this realm find themselves filled with the bestial rage and fight more fiercely than ever. As battle rages, wild beasts often arrive in search of prey. Even the ground itself shakes in response to the wars raging across it, rumbling and turning defended positions into rubble in moments. And then we've got our first kind of pull out for Monsters of Gur, which looks like it's going to be pretty cool, to be fair. My old Dar always said to me that there was nothing to fear from the mortal realms, and that the scariest thing you'll encounter in the wilds is another human. Of course, he was raised in Azir most of his life, where the only thing more hoity-toity than people is the dragons. He looked at a Stonehorn the wrong way on his first day in Skyheld, Gur's coldest, cruelest city, and that was a lesson I'll never forget. My mother always said to me I could do anything I wanted as long as I wasn't as stupid as Dar. I've spent my life stopping others from getting swallowed, savaged or poisoned by the beasts that dwell in the realm of beasts. And I've made this guide to help you survive in the realm. Heed my words carefully. The wilds are full of dangers, and one mistake could cost you your life or even your city. Nice. Information about Maw Crushers and Carnosaurs. Nice. Then we've got some info about the Vindicators. Vindicators are the ultimate defensive troops, armoured in Stormforged Sigmarite and wielding weapons that crackle with lightning. They will hold the line and destroy any who draw close. Use the tables below and on the next page to give your unit of Vindicators a name and story. So let's do that. So 5. This Vindicator Prime was once a slave in one of the countless fighting pits of chaos who refused to be broken. So that's Carissa. 1. Carissa Soulbound. These Vindicators speak in perfect unison, representing their incredibly close bonds. Okay, very nice. And then we can name all of our individual troops within the units as well. I don't know why you would want to or how you would possibly remember them and when you're playing, but you have the ability to do that. Let's do one for a laugh. So we've got a 2 and a 4. Mislav, Blaze Blade, Mislav Blaze Blade, Defenders. Mislav Blaze Blade Defenders. Then we've got our building guide. So let's have a look at the sprues. So this is the smaller one first. And these models again are beauties. So when we did the Gut Rippers video, I noted that I love the shields on there. I absolutely love the shields on these as well. They're just great models. Although if I have one, there's one thing that I'm not a big fan of these models, is I'd like to be able to kind of stand them all rank and file. When they stick out, you know, they've all got their spears pointing one direction or another, which makes it quite difficult to group them, you know, on the few games I've played from the Dominion box and that kind of thing. So yeah, just a little note on that. Okay, so here's that other sprue. Lots and lots of cool stuff, especially that banner as well. But yeah, very nice stuff. Love it. Okay, so next up on the basics. Dice are a key to Warhammer Age of Sigmar. In every battle you will use 6-sided dice, often shortened to D6. These dice rolls you make represent the randomness present on the battlefield. In the heat of combat, nothing is certain. This guide will explain how to use your dice in your games. So, to kind of summarize, a D6, 2 dots on a D6 is a 2. To calculate a D3, you roll your dice, and basically what you do is you round it up to the nearest even number and then half it. So a 3 would round up to a 4, and then so we'd half it, so that would be a 2. So that would be a 2 on a D3. And then it's got some information about re-rolls. All of this will be covered in much more depth in my playthrough video for the first 4 issues, which will be out in about a week or so. Modification of dice rolls. So some things give you a +1. So if you rolled it and scored a 2, you would give it a +1 and make it a 3. Got a minus modifier there, so same sort of thing. If it's a -2 and you roll a 1, obviously just goes down to 0. It can't go below that. If it's a 6, that would drop it down to a 4 if it had a -2. Now, weird note, which you may not know, if you look at any dice, if you look at the opposite number underneath, it always adds up to 7. So there's a 4 there, so that means it must be a 3 on the bottom, which it is. There's a 1 there, so it must be a 6 on the bottom. It's a 4, so it must be a 3. There's a 5, so it must be a 2. So yeah, I don't know why that's interesting. I found out not long ago, so now I have to tell you. Then a little bit of information on how to use War Scrolls. And that is basically how many wounds they have, what they save on, how fast they can move, how many dice they roll in attack, how many they roll to hit, how many they roll to wound, all those different kind of things. But again, we'll cover that separately elsewhere. War Scrolls and attack sequence. So your War Scrolls will have all the data of your models on there, so it will give you any abilities that they have, as well as their general stats and that kind of stuff. And then we've got our playthrough, which is a border skirmish. The Stormcast Eternals seek to drive the Aurochs from their ancient ruins. The Cruel Boys, however, will not give up their lair so easily. Each side readies their weapons for a fierce battle. So we have, in this battle, a Knight Arcanum and 2 Vindicators up against the Killer Boss and Stab Grot and 3 Gut Rippers. We'll cover that in more detail later on. I would say it's probably going to be a win for the Stormcast side. I don't know, it'd be an interesting battle actually. I don't know how the Vindicators, 2 of those will stand up to a killer boss. Yeah, it'll be a tough one, but we'll cover that in a separate video. And it just goes through all the different attack sequences and that kind of thing. Okay, more stuff for, you know, promotional stuff for the set itself. And now when I turn the page, I'm going to see the first decent image of the Praetor Prime. I'll try and take a better photo and just upload it and show you. But yes, the Praetor Prime, absolutely gorgeous looking model. Can't wait for that in issue 5. So I'll give you all the details on that as soon as it's out. I'll be reviewing it the day I receive it. But very cool. Issue 4, which you'll probably get that video the same day as this is released, just to have a brief catch up. But yeah, that will be out soon as well. But that's it for issue 3. A good one as well. 5 Vindicators, a nice set of models. Very cool, and it's nice to have them early on in the collection. So kind of, if I have a look back through the first 3 issues, I think we're doing pretty well. A Knight Arcanum and a killer boss with Stabgrot. 10 Gut Rippers on issue 2, and now 5 Vindicators. So yeah, a pretty good start. What we'll get to next is the stuff that people moan about a lot, and that is the paint issues. Everyone is pretty bored by the paint issues, but what we'll find out when I review this is, quite often I've found in the past that the paint issues actually have better magazine content. So they're more fun and better stuff in the magazine itself when we get a paint issue. Maybe that's meant to try and defeat any lull that people get because they're not getting their plastic as usual. But we'll take a look at it. It might not be the same as that because in issue 4 we actually have 4 paints, which is quite a lot, plus a starter brush. But don't forget to subscribe and all that kind of stuff, and then you'll see all these videos as and when they are released. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you all later.